Welcome to the Greg's Review Show. Today we're going to get into a very, very important topic. Thumbs up, like and share this video. Happy New Year. It's coming up soon, and God bless you through this new year that's coming, 2025. Please hit that subscribe button. Fair use of this video. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Here we go.
TV does not discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, gender expression, age, national origin, disability, marital status, sexual orientation, military status, or political affiliation. Now, you all see the title, so let's get right into it. Now, this story comes out of Texas, Houston, Texas. And shout out to all of my people in Houston, Texas, but also those in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas City, Austin, El Paso, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, that's where Selena's from, over in Garland, Arlington, Galveston, Brownsville. Everybody know what goes down in the Big Brown, Plano, Waco, and the rest of my people in Texas, alright? Now, you all remember I did a story on December 30th, 2021, 2 years ago, on a Kojic bishop named Bishop Orlando Coleman. And during that time, Bishop Coleman was in court after an investigation revealed that he was married to not one, but two women at the same time, a lady in Texas and also a lady in North Carolina. The local news station in Houston, shout out to KPRC Channel 2, was able to catch up with Bishop Orlando Coleman during the time, and he basically told them that he thought he was divorced from the lady in North Carolina. However, she failed to do her part, and so basically it was her fault. Bishop Orlando Coleman was put on probation during that time. Now, bigamy is outlawed in all 50 states, and in Texas, it's a third-degree felony. If an individual is convicted of bigamy, they may face 2 to 10 years in prison, criminal fines up to $10,000, or a combination of both. Now, listen to this. During the time that he was on probation for marrying those two women, Bishop Coleman married another woman. Bishop, you just won't stop. And just recently, the courts sentenced Bishop Coleman to 3 years in prison. Not only that, y'all, it was revealed in court that over the span of 2 decades, Bishop Coleman had been married 10 times. Take a breath. You heard me right. What's going on with some of these leaders, and especially some of these men in the Lord's church? Now, prosecutors had this to say in court about the good bishop. If you don't believe me, you can look it up yourself. You know I ain't gonna play with you. Prosecutors assert that Bishop Orlando Coleman married these women for housing and financial security. At the heart of this repeat offender scheme was a plan to defraud women and take advantage of them for financial gain. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg said in a news release. Now, District Attorney Kim Ogg went on to say, this man used the church to camouflage his scams and to hide from any accountability or responsibility. Investigators believe that Bishop Orlando Coleman's first marriage was in 2001. In the years that followed, the bishop traveled to states including Texas, Delaware, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina to meet and to pray, P-R-E-Y, on church-going women. My Lord.
Dave's Hot Chicken keep me coming back for some new loaded fries.
Now, I think we need to hear a word from the good bishop, don't you? As a matter of fact, I think it's apropos. So I'm going to let you all watch this video, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. And you all know me. I'm Dawson, and I won't hold back.
But so many times as leaders, we give up because we're in a bound situation. Paul was locked up in chains, but he never gave up. He was excited to be in jail for the gospel's sake. He was excited to go through for the gospel's sake. He hadn't broken any law. He was in jail for the gospel's sake. And you're going to have to realize sometimes you're going to be in a place of imprisonment, if only for a season, for the gospel's sake. This is the good news. And the good news is that the bad news is gone. All the glory all of the honor, all of the praise, they belong to God.
Wow. All right, y'all, let's go in. Now, we heard Bishop Orlando Coleman say on that Facebook Live that the good news is that the bad news is gone. And I gotta say, Bishop, I agree with you 100%. Point in case, you were the bad news in this situation, and now you're going to prison for a couple of years. And if that ain't good news, I don't know what is. Glory. Now, there are some people that may say, why would this bishop do this to these women in the church? Why would he deceive all of these women like this? And my answer to that is because he knew he could get away with it for as long as he has. Because there are a lot of gullible people who attend religious institutions that believe just because someone has a title or they're in a leadership role that they will have your best interest in mind, and that they would never, ever do anything to harm you. That's not true. There are individuals who seek out good, honest, God-fearing people just to try to take advantage of them. So the onus is upon us not to believe every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because of what? Many false prophets are gone out into the world. Oh, y'all better walk with me. The onus is upon us, my YouTube brothers and sisters, not to believe every Orlando, Olivia, or Oscar that comes into your life saying that God told me we're going to be together. Well, your response should be, maybe God did tell you that. I'm not going to argue with you. But until God tells me that, I'm not making a move on only what you say. So have a good day. I don't have time to play. I got things to do with my life. Now, I'm sure those 10 women that were married to Bishop Orlando Coleman probably thought they had won a prize. And I'm sure they told their family and friends. The Lord blessed me and I met a man. Well, how did you meet him? I met him at service. At service. Yeah, at service. I gave my tithe and offerings. I fasted and cried. They opened the doors of the church and a light-skinned man arrived. Like, come on, girl, get out of here. Come on, lady. It ain't that easy. You got to do your research. You got to do your background check. And I mean, go way, way back. Like the song we used to sing in the Sanctified Church. Let's go way back in God. Let's go way back. You got to go way back into people's backgrounds when you're dating them or thinking about marrying them. Am I talking right? Stop being so desperate for a man or for a woman. Well, Dawson, my life is incomplete if I'm not married. Well, that's you. Don't bring that negativity over here with your incomplete self. Now, I want to give a shout out to Church of God in Christ, Reverend Melvin T. Baker out in Sharon, Ohio. His church is called Temple of Praise Cathedral Church of God in Christ. Now, Reverend Melvin T. Baker and other clergymen and women tried to take Bishop Orlando Coleman through the restoration process, but they said he was reluctant about the restoration process. Reverend Melvin T. told a local news reporter that they had to sever ties with Bishop Orlando Coleman, but deep down inside, he knows that they did what they could to try to help him. Bishop Coleman didn't want no help. He's a scammer. I've said this time and time again, and I'll continue to say it. The individuals who get hurt the most in religious institutions are women and children. Yes, I know men get hurt as well. But most of the time, it's women and children. Just because a man or a woman approaches you and they're in your face, it doesn't mean you continually allow them to be in your space, i.e. your life. You just don't let anyone come in and set up shop in your life. You got to look out for you. Now, Bishop Orlando Coleman, I want to leave you with these words from that classic song written by Clint Ballard Jr. And I like Linda Ronstadt's version, so here you go. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Coleman, you're no good. And I hope that during this time of confinement that you will reflect on your horrible actions and get right with God. And that's all I got to say on this topic. Now get down in the comments section. Let me know what you think about this video. Please share the video with family and friends. Thumbs up the video. Thank you those who...
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be very careful out there when you're dealing with these cats out there Unfortunately, you got guys like this Bishop Coleman out in Texas, married 10 women at a different points of his life. And I'm asking you, ladies, and gentlemen, God gives you discernment. Always do a background check on these cats. Just because they look good and wear a good suit, or she wears a nice dress and she's pretty, yeah, that's all right. But you fellas and young ladies, especially the ladies, you got to do background checks on these cats. Do a thorough background check. Pray and ask God and give you discernment, because these cats will go through cities, through states, through church hopping, and they'll marry anyone without doing a strictly background check on these cats. Where do you come from? Who are you? Have you ever been married before? What kind of job you got? Where you live? Have you ever been in prison? Are you a habitual offender? You got to do your due diligence out here, young ladies and gentlemen. Just don't marry anybody because they walk up to you. Get God's discernment and pray. And once you get all of that, do some background checks on these cats. These cats are coming up in the church and they're filtering out lonely women and desperate women, and they're taking advantage of you ladies. So please hit that thumbs up, like, and share this video. This stuff is very important as we come into 2025. I pray and ask God that He will bless you in 2025 and keep you from all heart and danger. And please support us. Thumbs up, hit that thumbs up and subscribe right there. And I'll thank you very much for tuning into the Greg's Review Show. And the Lord say the same. I'll see you next week. Take care and have a blessed day. Bye bye.